Good morning everyone. Welcome to grade 5 mathematics class. How are you all doing today? Today we are going to learn about angles. Before that, let's revise what is a ray. We have already learned about what is a point, what is a line, line segment and a ray. So what do you mean by a ray? A ray is a part of a line which has a starting point and it extends endlessly. See, you have a ray here, ray AB. It has the starting point A, it passes through B and it is extending endlessly. You denote a ray like this with a one-sided arrow written above the points of it. So you have the starting point A and a point on the ray B, and above that you have the one-sided arrow that represents that AB is a ray. Now, when two rays meet or when two rays have a common endpoint, an angle is formed between them. Like in this case, you see the ray OP and the ray OQ. These two rays have a common endpoint which is O. And there is an angle formed between the ray OP and OQ. And the point O, which is the common endpoint for the rays, is called the vertex of this angle. And the rays OQ and OP are called the arms of the angle. And you see the points Q and P. These points seem to be on the arm of the angle, on each arm of the angle. And these points Q and P are said to be on the boundary of this angle. And how do we name this angle? This is either angle QOP or angle POQ. There is a symbol that we use to denote an angle. It is written like this. No matter what is the shape of the angle, we always write the symbol for the angle like this. And when you name an angle, just like we said before, it can either be QOP or POQ. So this is angle QOP or angle POQ. You can name this angle both ways, but note that the vertex or the common endpoint of the rays should be, or the vertex of the angle should be mentioned in the middle of the name that we are giving to the angle. The other points are on the boundary of the given angle. And this region, the portion inside an angle, is called the interior of an angle, and the portion outside the angle is called the exterior of the angle. Hope you are clear with this. Now, how do we measure an angle? See, just like we use millimeters and centimeters on a ruler to measure smaller lengths, we use a unit called degree to measure angles. So what is a degree? A degree is the unit used for measuring angles, and there is a symbol that we use to represent degree. And it is a small circle, a tiny circle written to the top right of the measurement of the given angle. Say for example, if a given angle measures 50 degree, how do we write that? If the measurement of the angle is 50 degree, first we write the number. Then to the top right of it, we draw a tiny circle. So this is read as 50 degree. Now, for measuring lengths, we can use a ruler. With what instrument or with which instrument we can measure an angle? So before moving into that, suppose this is a ray and it has a starting point O and there is another point on it A. So this is ray OA. We are going to turn this ray around about this point O. So we are turning this and suppose it reaches the point here. And here is a point C. Now, ray OA has rotated and now this is ray OC. And you see an angle is formed between these two arms of the angle. If we keep on rotating this ray, like this, or the other way around, you can also rotate like this. Now, I'm turning this around and it comes back to the initial position. So it has turned around one full circle. If we draw the path of this ray when it is turning around about this point O, will get one full circle. And in that case, that ray would have covered a total angle of 360 degree. If we divide the circle thus obtained into 360 equal parts, each part would measure an angle of measuring 1 degree each. Clear? See, the ray, if it travels one full circle around, if it turns around one full circle, it would have covered a total measurement of 360 degree, and if that circle is divided into 360 equal parts, each part will measure an angle of 1 degree each. Clear? Now, what would be the angle of half the circle or semicircle? If one full circle measures a total angle measurement of 360 degree, half of that circle or a semicircle would measure half of this 360 degree, which would be equal to 180 degree. Keep this in your mind. A semicircle or half of a circle would measure 180 degree. Now, we'll see with which instrument we can measure an angle. I hope all of you are ready with your geometry box. Open your geometry box and you see an instrument like this. This is called the protractor. This is the device or this is the instrument that we use to measure angles. See the shape of it? It is semicircular in shape. And let's get familiar with this protractor. Just like you can see divisions, bigger divisions and smaller divisions marked on a ruler, you can see divisions marked on this protractor. You can see two sets of markings. So there is an outer scale which starts from 0 degree on the left, increases towards the right and reaches a maximum of 180 degree on the right. And there is an inner scale which starts from the right at 0 degree, increases towards the left and reaches a maximum of 180 degree on the left. There is a baseline of the protractor and the midpoint of this baseline is called the center of the protractor. Clear? So there is a baseline, a center, an outer scale and an inner scale marked on the protractor. And you can see markings such as 0 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree, etc. And between each set of bigger divisions, there are 10 smaller divisions which represents 1 degree each. Generally, to measure angles which are pointed towards the right like this, we use the inner scale of the protractor. And for angles which are pointed towards the left, we usually use the outer scale of the protractor. Now keep these things in your mind. Now let's see how we can actually measure an angle using this protractor. You have an example here. See this angle here, CBA or angle ABC. The vertex is B and the arms of the angle are BA and BC. Clear? And you have the protractor with you. What you should do? First, place the protractor in such a way that the baseline coincides with the lower arm of the angle. Also, note that the center of the protractor should coincide with the vertex of the given angle. So, the baseline should coincide with the lower arm and the center should coincide with the vertex of the angle. So, now that we have placed the protractor properly to measure the angle, let's take the counting. You start counting from 0 degree. Since the angle is pointed towards the right, we are going to use the inner scale in this case. So, let's start counting from 0 degree, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 and it has passed the 40 degree mark. How many divisions it has passed? It has passed after 40, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 divisions after 40 degree. So, that would be 40 plus 4 degree because each smaller division is 1 degree each, right? So, 40 plus 4 degree is equal to 44 degree. So, the angle ABC or angle CBA measures a measurement of 44 degree. Now, how do we write this? You have to write the measurement like this. A curved arrow. I am going to name this angle CBA. Angle CBA is equal to 44 degree. So, right now we have seen how to measure an angle using a protractor. Hope this is clear to you. Children, you can go through the topics angle and measuring angles in page number 105 and go through the topic once again, and then you have to do an exercise. Exercise 6.1, which is in page number 106. There are two questions given there. The first question is, use a protractor to find the measure of these angles. You are given a set of angles there. You have to use your protractor, measure each angle and write the measurement there itself. And the second question is, draw 4 different angles with a ruler and measure them with a protractor. So randomly, you can draw 4 different angles in your notebook. First write the question, then draw 4 different angles using your ruler, and you have to measure the measurement of each angle with protractor. Then you can write the measurement there in your notebook. So once you have done that activity, please do take a picture and send us through Teams. So that's all for today, children. We'll meet in the next class with a new topic. Till then, bye.